The seed of Isaac promised as the Redeemer, prophecy and fulfillment. The Bible is a book of hope and redemption, filled with prophecies that unveil God's plan to restore humanity to Himself. One of the profound prophecies is found in Genesis 26 verses 2-5, where God reaffirms His covenant with Isaac, promising to bless him and make his descendants as numerous as the stars. This prophecy reaches its fulfillment in the New Testament, as revealed in Hebrews 11 verse 18, where the writer reflects on the faith of Abraham and the assurance that the promised seed of Isaac would be the Redeemer. The parallel between these two passages illuminates the significance of Isaac's lineage in the unfolding plan of redemption. Genesis 26 verses 2-5. The prophecy. In the book of Genesis, God appears to Isaac and reaffirms the covenant He made with Abraham. Genesis 26 verses 2-5 records God's words to Isaac. Do not go down to Egypt. Live in the land where I tell you to live. Stay in this land for a while, and I will be with you and will bless you. For to you and your descendants, I will give all these lands and will confirm the oath I swore to your father Abraham. I will make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky and will give them all these lands, and through your offspring, all nations on earth will be blessed because Abraham obeyed me and did everything I required of him, keeping my commands, my decrees, and my instructions. In this prophecy, God reaffirms His covenant with Isaac and extends the promise of blessings and multiplication of his descendants. Through Isaac's lineage, the promise of being a blessing to all nations will find its ultimate fulfillment. Hebrews 11 verse 18. The fulfillment. In the New Testament book of Hebrews, the fulfillment of Genesis 26 verses 2-5 is alluded to as the writer reflects on the faith of Abraham. Hebrews 11 verses 17-19 recounts. By faith Abraham, when God tested him, offered Isaac as a sacrifice. He who had embraced the promises was about to sacrifice his one and only son, even though God had said to him, "It is through Isaac that your offspring will be reckoned." Abraham reasoned that God could even raise the dead, and so in a manner of speaking, he did receive Isaac back from death. In this passage, the writer highlights the faith of Abraham, who, in obedience to God, was willing to offer Isaac as a sacrifice. Abraham's faith in God's promises included the understanding that it is through Isaac that the promised offspring, the Redeemer, would come. Teachings and day-to-day applications. The prophecy in Genesis 26 verses 2-5 and its reflection in Hebrews 11 verse 18 carry profound teachings and applications for believers. God's faithfulness to His promises. The fulfillment underscores God's faithfulness in fulfilling His promises. From Abraham to Isaac and down through generations, God's covenant plan for redemption remains intact. The ultimate sacrifice of Jesus. The reflection in Hebrews 11 verse 18 foreshadows the ultimate sacrifice of Jesus Christ, the seed of Isaac, who would lay down his life for the redemption of humanity. The role of faith in God's plan. Both passages emphasize the importance of faith in God's plan of redemption. Abraham's unwavering faith foreshadows the faith required of believers in trusting the Redeemer, Jesus Christ. Redemption for all nations. The prophecy in Genesis 26 verses 2-5 and its fulfillment in Hebrews 11 verse 18 remind us that God's plan of redemption extends to all nations. The promised seed of Isaac is the Savior for all humanity. Sacrificial obedience. The reflection on Abraham's obedience and willingness to offer Isaac as a sacrifice teaches us about sacrificial obedience to God's will, even in challenging circumstances. In day-to-day life, the understanding of this prophecy and its fulfillment encourages believers to place their faith in the Redeemer, Jesus Christ. It reminds us of God's unwavering faithfulness and His plan to bless all nations through the seed of Isaac. Moreover, it inspires us to live lives of sacrificial obedience to God, reflecting the faith and trust displayed by Abraham. Conclusion. The prophecy in Genesis 26 verses 2-5, reaffirming God's covenant with Isaac, finds its profound reflection in Hebrews 11 verse 18, highlighting the faith of Abraham and the assurance that the promised seed of Isaac would be the Redeemer. This remarkable connection points to Jesus Christ as the ultimate seed of Isaac, the one who sacrificially laid down his life to redeem humanity. As believers, we rejoice in the fulfillment of this prophecy, finding hope, redemption, and assurance in the Redeemer, Jesus Christ. May we continually place our faith in Him, knowing that through Isaac's seed, all nations are blessed, and God's plan of redemption is fully realized.